spring break. Everybody's hand should be up, because I know I am. So, the sad thing is, whenever I go home, I'm laying on the couch and I'm like, yes, I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to watch CSI for hours. I'm not going to do anything. Then my mom's like, Joanna, take out the trash. I'm like, but Mom, I just got here. It's not even mine. She's like, I'm paying for your college. Take out the trash. So I'm grown. I'm taking out the trash. I'm like, I'm just want to be lazy. What the heck? Then, it's even worse for me at night. Because like I said, I like to watch CSI. I kind of have a big imagination. So, whenever it's dark outside, I think this is what's going to be the result. They're going to find my dead body, taking out the trash, and I get freaked out, so don't take out the trash at night, and then I'm too lazy during the day, so it just doesn't get out. But when I came to college, I found the trash chute. It is amazing. It's like 7 feet from my room. I just take the trash and I throw it down there, and it's great. But when it gets full, I get mad. And so, then, what annoys me is that I have to separate my recycling. I'm like, come on. Oh, I know I don't have to do this. And so usually, my recycling just piles up until it's like filling all over the corner. And I'm like, fine, I'll take it out. What I realized from my experience with waste disposal is that people are lazy. I know I am. They can, but they won't do it. The problem with that is that the earth is sick. People aren't recycling, and it's hurting the earth by CO2 emissions made by making the products that are recyclable, and even with plastics, throwing them in big landfills, or sometimes they get in the oceans like we saw last class. So, Portland knows this, and they made a Portland Recycles program. Their goals are to get 75% participation and decrease greenhouse gases. So, these are a few of the main products that we recycle. With paper, paper is actually the largest amount of waste material used by Americans at 29%. One person uses 600 pounds per year. I just imagine that's all my textbooks like shoved up in a stack and it's 600 pounds. But the thing is that only 63% is recycled. First you look at that and you're like, yeah, okay, that's more than half, that's pretty good. If you think about it, how would you like a 63% in this class? That would be a D. It is estimated that paper can be recycled up to 7 times. And yet, many people are only using it once. 1 ton of recycled paper uses 64% less energy, 50% less water, 74% less air pollution, saves 17 trees, and creates 5 times more jobs than that of paper just made from virgin wood pulp. So there are lots of benefits to paper recycling. It saves the trees. Cutting down trees takes machinery, which uses gas, which puts bad gases into the air, greenhouse gases. It also ruins animal habitats. Animals live up in those trees and we're cutting down their homes. And then also, trees absorb some of the greenhouse gases like CO2. It absorbs the CO2 that we breathe out. When we're cutting them down, not only are we creating greenhouse gases, but we're taking away what would take out the greenhouse gases from our airspace. It saves landfill space when we don't put stuff in there that doesn't need to be in there. And it reduces energy and water consumption. Plastic recycling. In Portland, only 2 types of plastics are recyclable, plastics 1 and 2. This is sad considering there are 7 different types of plastics. There are many different types of plastics that we are missing, such as plastics from takeout boxes, forks, used Tupperware, plastic bags, yogurt containers. All those things have to be thrown away because there's no way to recycle them. And plastics, they take up to 100 to 400 years to decompose in a landfill. That's taking up a lot of space and for a lot of time, so we have to continually dig more holes in the earth to put all our trash in there. Other thing is steel cans. Steel cans takes up a lot of metals dug from the earth. For every ton of steel cans, it's 2,500 pounds of iron ore, 1,400 pounds of coal, and 120 pounds of limestone. That is a lot. It's even more have to dig more things out of the earth than what you get out of it. And it's very invasive. It strip mines the earth, it ruins habitats. And there's only so much of it that's still left in there. We can't continue to do this. And we can't continue to use all this energy just to make cans, because for a recycled can, you can make 20 recycled cans out of the energy it takes to make one new one. And only 58% of these cans are recycled. So this is basically what's happening when you don't recycle. It gets thrown into the landfill, and then we have to make more of it, so we put more CO2 and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. So how do we solve this problem? Like I said, people are lazy. They don't want to recycle. So why would we cater to this and make recycling easier for them and implement a mixed recycling program so that all recyclables go in one container? It would get more people recycling, and then it would make more things recyclable. In Minnesota, they've changed their programs from multi-stream recycling to single stream, and they got an increase of 26% participation. And it is estimated that it can increase participation up to 50%. So, this is possible. We can start this program, and then we make more jobs, which would help people with disabilities, and it would help the economy and the environment. We can implement new sorting technologies to make more things recyclable and have recycling in public areas. Getting started. The best way to get started would be to get a federal grant, because it has less percentage on the loan. And what we do is increase waste services prices. If everyone just increased a little bit, it would cause like a lot more money. Then this money, when in Ohio, they changed their program, and they saved on their trucks 25% of money. So that could go straight into making this mixed recycling center. And it's less harmful for the environment, because trucks use gas and make greenhouse gases. So it can make more jobs that are better for the environment. There's a little truck emitting its greenhouse gases all up in there. So it creating jobs. Jobs to help disabilities like Garden, and jobs to help the economy and the environment. So, Garden is personally where I come from, Salem, Garden is the company that they use for mixed recycling. It was initially made to help children with disabilities in 1970, when schools were just starting to get programs for mental disabilities. The motto of Garden is, Garden exists to support people with disabilities in their effort to contribute to the community through employment, career, and retirement opportunities. Mixed recycling centers that help mentally disabled people no matter the case. So they get people doing all kinds of jobs, depending on what they can do. Like they have people pushing buttons, they have people actually going and sorting through it, they have people shredding paper, all those different things. And they use fair wage, which is where they see how much an average person can sort through everything and how fast it can go. And then they pay the person with disabilities on percentage of what they do. So right now, Garden has employed 500 people with disabilities throughout the Mid-Valley area. So more jobs. Right now, the unemployment rate in Oregon is 8.8%. Oregon is also one of the highest states with homelessness, and this is a problem. And so by saving on trucks and increasing just a little bit more for waste services, we can create more jobs for these people, and it would help boost the economy, because they would have to put that money back in the economy to buy what they needed. New sorting centers. So we could get new sorting technology for plastics, so that we could sort from the different plastics and send them to their appropriate places. And then we could develop recycling for other types of things that aren't recyclable right now, like styrofoam. You can also implement a policy that you have to have recycling in public areas such as malls, public events, and public parks and squares. It would be much easier to implement than saying that they have to have separate receptacles for every type of recycling material. In conclusion, Single-stream recycling is the best option. It would increase participation by making it a lot easier for people to access and putting it in public places. It would make more things recyclable with new sorting technologies. It would create more jobs, help the economy and environment, and less CO2 emissions because less would have to be made in factories. So, we need to get people to recycle because there is no planet B. We have this planet and it's running out of its resources. Thank you.